Hi, I'm Dr. Sean Van Winkle with Integrated Brain Centers in Denver, Colorado. We work with athletes who have had a concussion or a traumatic brain injury. In this video, I'm going to share with you why it is important for athletes to have a baseline brain evaluation. With athletes becoming bigger, stronger, and faster, we're seeing more sport-related injuries, concussions, and traumatic brain injuries. In addition, safety equipment has also become more durable, giving athletes a false sense of security in many situations when they are in practice or competition. Regardless of the level of competition, from children and adolescents to high school, college, and professional, it is important to have a baseline brain evaluation done at the beginning of any season they compete. Many athletes, especially at higher levels of competition, are now being required to perform baseline concussion testing. They are computerized tests that evaluate reaction time, memory capacity, speed of mental processing, executive functioning of the brain, and any previous symptoms. These can be an important tool for detecting a concussion later in the season, but I'm going to discuss the downside of baseline concussion testing and how baseline brain evaluations are very different and important for any athlete to consider. One of the challenges of baseline concussion testing is that there is limited variability and randomization of the test. Any athlete who is successful at learning new skills or moves for their sport is often very capable of memorizing answers or formats for these types of tests. Just like any skill, if you practice it, you become better at it. On a professional level, we are even seeing athletes perform poorly on their preseason test on purpose, so if they have a concussion later in the season, they are more likely to pass the test and less likely to lose their job. Also, these tests are often computerized tests which are not capable of comprehensively evaluating the function of the entire nervous system. With a baseline brain evaluation, the process is very different. The first major difference we will note is that the evaluation is done by the doctor and not a computer. The doctor will personally be able to observe the athlete's responses to tests that evaluate the vital functions, coordination, balance, reflexes, motor control, and sensory perception. Even with repetition, these tests are very difficult to produce a normal result if there is a problem present. In addition to this, a baseline brain evaluation will also use sensitive equipment to further assess your balance and the quality of your eye movements. Good balance is a measure of the overall function of your brain. The quality of your eye movements need to be accurate and smooth, and in some cases fast or slow. In every single concussion, the quality of eye movements are affected and normal results cannot be faked. With a baseline brain evaluation, if you have a concussion during the season, we will be able to determine what areas of the brain have been affected. With that information, we will be able to develop a specific brain-based rehabilitation program for you to help you heal your brain. A baseline brain evaluation will also have measurable findings that can help determine when you are ready to return to play. For many athletes, they have had one or more concussions earlier on and may have been cleared to return to play. Unfortunately for these athletes, they may have subtle changes in their reflexes or balance that could make them more vulnerable to another injury. With a baseline brain evaluation, we can determine, even years later, if you have any areas that are not functioning optimally and could be reducing your ability to perform at your best. Going through a unique brain-based rehabilitation program before the season starts would improve the performance of your brain. With better balance, faster reflexes, and optimum coordination, your skill levels will likely be enhanced and you will be less vulnerable to another injury. If you are an athlete or have a child who is in sports, it is important to have a baseline brain evaluation done before any sports season. At Integrated Brain Centers, we can do a baseline brain evaluation for you. Call our office today to schedule a consultation to see if you qualify for having a baseline brain evaluation.